Beyond that, we will be taking additional steps to tighten our community measures in order to control this latest round of infection cases. You have already heard from Minister Gan and Dr. Eugene So just now about the steps that are going to be taken specific to Tan Tock Seng Hospital. Beyond that, you also heard, and I reiterate what Min Gan said, that for anyone who has been to the public places visited by the infected cases, for these public places, and there are a list of them, some of them are F&B outlets, some of them are places of worship, we will close them for 2 days for deep cleaning and to facilitate the testing of staff working at these places. Beyond that, for people who may have been exposed to these public places at the time when the infected cases were there, these are not the close contacts, because the close contacts would have been informed, notified, and we would have put them on quarantine. But through the Trace Together and Safe Entry system, we know that there are people who might be exposed because they were there in these public places at about the same time when the infected cases were there. So we will send SMSs to all of the people with possible exposures to notify them and keep them on alert so that they would monitor their own health, and if there is, they feel unwell, they can quickly see a doctor. In addition, we will also alert them and encourage them through the SMS to get themselves tested. So we'll send them instructions on where they could possibly go for testing, and the testing will be free of charge. This will also enable us to detect any cryptic cases quickly and enable us to control the infection better. Beyond these measures, we will do several other tightening of local measures. First, we will reduce the density of shopping malls. Remember, quite some time earlier, we had opened up and allowed for more people to enter the shopping mall, so we will tighten back and we will reduce the density. We will reduce the capacity limits for attractions. We will bring back the odd-even entry restrictions, odd-even day entry restrictions for some of the popular malls, and we will close all outdoor barbecue pits and campsites. So these are the additional measures we will put in place over the month of May in order to reduce activity levels and try and slow down transmission of the virus within the community. For workplaces, we encourage all employers to, as far as possible, allow their staff to work from home, and any social gatherings in the workplace should be avoided. The public sector will take the lead in this regard, and so agencies working in the Novena area, like the Ministry of Home Affairs and the Inland Revenue Authority of Singapore, IRAS, will be asking their staff to work from home where possible. For individuals, we also encourage everyone to do their part. Earlier this year, we had put in place the rule that for visitors to households, the number of visitors has to be capped at no more than 8 persons for the visit to the household. So that rule remains, and we should continue to comply with that rule. In addition, we ask everyone to limit your social gatherings to not more than 2 per day. In other words, if you are going out, be it to visit another household or to have a meal with your family or friends, limit such social gatherings to not more than 2 a day. As far as possible, aside from these limited social gatherings, stay at home, and if you have to go out, avoid crowded places. If you're not feeling well, then quickly see a doctor, get yourself tested. Do not go out, because that, you will run the risk of spreading the infection to wherever you're going. So be responsible. So long as you're not feeling well, even if it's a small bug, minor symptoms, get yourself tested as soon as possible. Also, for those who have been offered vaccination, if you are in the eligible group and you are medically eligible, we strongly encourage you to take up the vaccine. We know these new restrictions will create inconvenience for everyone. It's not easy because in the month of May, there are 3 public holidays. We have May Day coming up tomorrow, Hari Raya later on, and then Vesak Day toward the end of May. I know many are looking forward to these public holidays. You would have made plans. You may want to gather together. You may want to socialize, meet your family and friends. But I seek everyone's cooperation to scale back your social activities and comply with all the prevailing rules. This is the only way we can ensure that we slow down the spread of the virus in the community. And we have to be mentally prepared too, that if the situation were to worsen, despite all that we are doing and despite all the new restrictions, if the situation were to worsen, we may have to consider further tightening and significantly reducing interactions in the community with more stringent measures. It's been about a year since we entered and then exited the circuit breaker. And since then, we have embarked on a path of reopening and resumption of activities. But from the very start, we have emphasized that this will not be a one-way street. There will be stops and starts, and there will be bumps along the way. We are encountering now one such bump in our journey of reopening. But let us also take confidence in the fact that today we have better capabilities and tools to control the infection. So if we stay disciplined and vigilant, and if we all do our part, I am confident we can get through this bump and get back on track towards our path of reopening the economy. So thank you very much.